Can somebody make sure that Marcy's not outside listening to me? If anybody can, because I want to make sure she's not. Yeah, thank you, Jesus. You can, so, yeah. So, guys, I have a secret for you, okay? Uh-oh, is she on Zoom? Okay. So Marcy is the lady who has been tending to this garden for over 30 years, Giovanna? Yeah, at least. And she's part of the community of Beth Or. And every time we walk in, everybody's like, wow, this place is incredible. That's Marcy's hands in this garden for years. So Giovanna had a beautiful idea. And she said, why don't we honor Marcy and dedicate the garden to her now, right? Now she doesn't know. Yeah, we're naming the garden Marcy's Garden. But she doesn't know. So this is the thing, guys. She thinks she's coming here so that at the end of the class, all of us with her are going to go outside and she's going to give us like a little preview of about 20 stop tour that she and Dr. Nancy, 21 stops, tour of the garden that yeah, I haven't, yeah. She and Dr. Nancy put this together in February of 2020. And they got to do it once and they never did it again. Now, she thinks she's coming to give us a taste with one stop of that tour so that we can get excited to come back next year, which we are going to come back and do the whole tour next year. But what she doesn't know is that when we're at that stop, at that place that she's going to take us to, she's going to tell us about her garden, and then we're going to honor her as a surprise. Okay? So
people don't see it, they don't. So this is really wonderful that we're making it visible.
Isn't
and
it incredible?
Naming it and legitimizing it. She's always back in the garden. Nobody sees her.
Nobody sees her. And it's beautiful. Yes, so we have a sign that says Marcy's Garden for all the years that she has been putting together. I don't remember what we did, but it's beautiful. And also Dr. Nancy commissioned a local artist to paint a big rock that's going to be out in the garden in her name. So anyway, before she gets here, I wanted you guys to know that when Giovanna says, we're going to take a little tour of the garden, we're going to go outside and whatever beautiful thing she's going to say, you guys, can you please stay? It's just 15, 20 minutes, okay? But don't tell her, oh, Marcy, we're so excited we're honoring you today. No, okay? So guys, say it after me. It's a secret. It's a beautiful secret. It's the only, yeah, it's a surprise. Thank you, because we don't like secrets. Okay, so that's what we're doing at the end of the class. And I really encourage you, because we're also going to read something that she wrote, and it's very beautiful. And I hope
so we had said today to you guys at the beginning of the class, and we had asked you if you could stay, because one of the things that happens every time someone comes to this place for the first time is they're in awe of the greenery, the gardens, and sometimes people don't even know that it goes all the way to the back, and it's amazing and it's beautiful. And like Gigi said earlier, Dr. Nancy and Marcy did something in 2020, which was stations to go around explaining the garden. So we want to do that one day next year. But today, the person that has put her imprint in every place in this garden is here. And she's going to just give us a tiny little taste of what that means and what that is, so we can look forward for next year. With that, let's welcome Marcy.
Yay, Marcy!
Marcy, come to the front. So I want to ask you some questions, Marcy. Sure. So for how many years have you been working on this garden?
Close to 35.
30. And Sundays, the whole morning, there's one person and one red car out there that you're going to find and see, and it's Marcy devoting her time relentlessly. She doesn't get tired of that garden. So yes, you do. Yes, Marcy, you're here a lot.
I need to set up a little cot in a tent, and I'd be perfectly happy.
Yes. So, and Marcy wrote a little poem that it's right here. And we want you to read it because you wrote it. And after she does that, we're going to walk with Marcy to a place that she chose. And she's going to tell us a little bit about that area. And so we can pick our interests for next year. How about that?
And I'm going to bring Nancy up, and we're
Yes.
going to tell you what we're going to do.
I love Marcy, of course. The wonderful thing about being able to collaborate with Marcy on this is, I don't know if you've heard, but almost in everybody's story, when people talk about where do I go to, for my piece that came up today, it's very often nature or outside. So when Marcy and I created this delightful, I think, program, with each of the stations, we integrated in positive emotions and character strengths and something to do at each of the stations. So it'll really help you in not just get the beautiful information and history of the garden, but to also integrate. Because specifically, there's a lot about awe, A-W-E, and wonder. That's what gardens do. And if you ever follow Marcy around, she'll go, oh, did you see? Look, there's a bud there. It wasn't there before. So we integrated this in for the marriage. So this is just a little taster of when we do the program.
And just to let you know, Marcy and Dr. Nancy are part of the Beth Or community. And, it's just amazing that they're here with us at all times too. Yeah.
We're part of Hope4Life.
Yes. So Marcy, we're all going to pay attention because this is something that Marcy wrote and we want to hear her. We want.
know any of this was going to happen. I did not know.
Well, because they need to know what they're going to listen to, otherwise, how will they know? So this is the only way. So we want you to read this poem for us before we go to the garden, and you can explain us a little bit about it.
Oh, thank you so much.
I love your shirt. Okay.
What else could I wear today? If you look in my closet, you see nothing but flowers. Okay, wow. I am the garden. I am a spiritual garden. God breathes in me. As surely as day turns into night, it is the breath of love. It is the breath of peace. It is the breath of healing. It is the breath of life and renewal. If you are very quiet, you will know my breathing. You will see it as the leaves gently wave. You will see it as each flower slowly unfolds its splendor. You will see it as the butterflies float effortlessly around you, as the squirrels chase each other through the trees, as the hummingbirds flit and chirp as they guard their young. You will feel my breath on your skin and in your heart, alive, seeing, hearing, sensing, healing, full of wonder, full of joy, pulsing with the rhythm of my breath. Deep within you, you will know me. I got. Did I really write that?
Yes, you did. So, with that said, we're going to follow Marcy. You're going to lead us to the area where you're going to take us, and you can briefly just share a little bit with us, so that way we can announce this for next year, and then to motivate everyone to come to learn about this beautiful garden. So,
Thank you. Well, let me just tell you, this is a collaborative effort between Dr. Nancy and myself. And so we picked, and we both had the same area in mind that we're going to go. So it's just one special spot in the garden. And we are going to be doing a joint thing. So part of it will be the history of that part, which I liked sharing it because as I think about it, it really gives you landscape ideas for things that you want to do in your own gardens. And it's so ironic because everything in this poem is in this garden. There are the hummingbirds, there are the butterflies, there are the squirrels, and you need to stop and you need to listen and you need to see. So everything that was here, we get a chance to do. And then we get to integrate it with our character strengths and really feeling awe and beauty. And Nancy's going to talk a bit about that. So this is going to give you a touch because when we do our program, we'll be going to different spots all around the garden and presenting that. And we hope, my goal in designing this garden is that every part of the garden will have its own unique feel to it, its own special place to it, its own message to it, its own healing to it. So this is like such a great to go out there because part of it is really opening yourself up. And the breathing is really important because I have to remind myself not just to do the work, but to stop and to breathe and to see. And that's like the most important thing. And I want to thank Giovanna and Nancy for giving me this opportunity. It really was a total surprise. And that you're coming out is so wonderful. And there's nothing that means more when you guys come and give me a hug and you say, I walked in the garden today and it was great. I just love seeing people appreciate the garden. And I just want to thank you all for giving so much for me and coming here to bring so much love that I find whenever I walk in this room or among you. Really, it means the world. Okay, we both picked this spot that is called the Rami Shapiro Children's Garden. Rami Shapiro was our founding rabbi, and he was, back in the old days, Beth Or was a lot like Hope4Life. It really was. It was so vibrant and so full of young people and young families and people healing. It was amazing. But anyway, so we're going to go and I'll share a little bit of how that garden came to be. And it's still coming to be because I've really been working on it the last month or so. So it has really evolved. And so this garden is very, very special. So we're going to tell you more when we get out there, but it's the little circle that's over on that side. How many of you have walked in that little circle? Great, wonderful. So we'll be going there.
So we'll follow you, Marcy.
Sure.
Let's go with Marcy.
The Pied Piper. Hope4Life and Beth Or were both such wonderful communities. And this is a community project because we had everybody taking brick by brick down an assembly line from her house to a truck and then setting up the bricks here. So I think back, this is just a symbol of community and I guess it really epitomizes our history of Beth Or, probably more than, well, I shouldn't say more than, but a lot. This is this garden is so special, and that's how it became the garden that you see today. Now we're a little too big for us to go through the plants and that kind of thing, but I hope you'll all come back and look, and especially over here, there's some new things that are coming into flower. And right behind Gary, there's a little plant that I just put in the ground a couple weeks ago. And you're gonna see that there's little hanging, little sort of pinkish seeds, and they're gonna turn red, and it's called the jelly bean plant. So that is one thing you're gonna learn about.
Oh, yeah.
The next beautiful one is jelly bean. And just one
Those look like jelly
right
beans.
turn over to there are so many butterflies that come here, but there is one butterfly that has never come here. It's called an Atala butterfly, and I meant to look it up, but I didn't. But if anyone wants to pull it up on Google, Atala, and they grow on this plant, which is a Kunte, which is a donation through Nancy. And this is how this wonderful Kunte from your friend but she gave us some wonderful Florida natives that are spread all through the garden, and this is probably quadrupled in size from the time that we got it. But we got it because it's the only plant that draws the Atala butterfly. But so far, I haven't had any. But look what just came. This just came into my possession 2 weeks ago, and this is an Atala butterfly cocoon.
No.
And since it has been here, it has more than doubled in size. So it's just sitting right here. It was on a piece of Kunte. And we're going to hope that we'll come and see it when you come here and watch it get bigger. And hopefully it's going to become our first Atala butterfly.
Wow.
So that's what I'm hoping.
Thank you, Marcy.
Turn this over
Just
to
to be
my
very
buddy
simple.
here.
Just to be very simple. If you don't mind, close your eyes for a minute and just breathe any way you want a few times. And the first thing I am very aware of in this environment is smell. Can you smell the smell of the garden?
Yeah.
And can you breathe it in through your nose and imagine that smell going everywhere in your body? So often we all say, how can I shut that gerbling in my mind off? How can we be present? This is the simple way. You come out and you sit wherever you want and you get quiet anywhere you want in the garden, and you focus on, what am I smelling? Or I can focus on, what am I seeing? Look at that little tiny miracle of a chrysalis. Wow. Or I can feel something and feel the textures of the leaf. This is probably one of the best ever available free ways to teach yourself how to be present, to teach yourself how to be present moment by moment. And all of the positive emotions are pretty much in this garden. Look at the awe and wonder of Marcy remembering. I didn't even remember about that bush we bought. She knew that butterfly. Look at the awe of these little moments. This woman saves little sticks and things because she knows that stick, that bud is a miracle. And she's going to plant it and she's going to watch it. So everything we work on, believe it or not, is in this garden. And one of our hopes and dreams is as we show you the different parts of the garden, not only kind of turning over some of the this is your garden, is also inviting you to be part of that and inviting you to use it. So we're not always in there. I know sometimes the weather, so as the weather gets better, to have more of our outings out here. And the other wonderful thing, just one piece about research, almost everything you read that has to do with whole being, exercising, walking, all of the statistics show when you do it outside in nature, you get a much more beneficial effect. It's the breathing, the air, and everything. So this is it. This is the garden. It's yours. Be present. Love it.
Wow. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Nancy. With that said, I wanted to thank everyone that is here today and stay behind after the class to hear this and to be here. But in reality, sorry, Marcy, we are here because we have been wanting to do this for the last 2 years since we bought this property. And we really wanted to do this. So this has been in the making for the last 2 years, and it has been in all of our hearts. And so I just want to read something, and I want to read this to you. I want to say and explain to everyone really why we're here. So today, we gather here to celebrate and recognize an extraordinary individual who has dedicated many years of her life to nurturing and enhancing this garden. And today, we close our class, and you were sitting there with the invisible Ivan. And I think many people wonder and look at this place and don't even know which are the hands that are here daily loving on this garden. We see you, Marcy. You do not go invisible.
No.
We see your work, we see your love, and we not only see you, we feel you. And that's why we're here today. So Marcy, today, we want to recognize and acknowledge your unwavering commitment and profound love for this place. Over the years, you have transformed this garden into a heaven of beauty, tranquility, and inspiration. Your passion and tireless efforts have not only made this garden flourish, but have also touched the hearts of everyone who has had the privilege of experiencing its enchantment.
Wow.
Marcy, your dedication to tending to every plant, nurturing every flower, it's a testament to your profound love for this space. Your green thumb and nurturing spirit have breathed life into this sanctuary, and we're all beneficiaries of your dedication. But it is not just the garden that you have cultivated. It's the sense of community, belonging, and wonder. Your presence has made this garden a place of joy and shared memories. Your legacy in this garden is enduring, and we look forward to many more years of your continued involvement. So today, for us, Marcy, it's an honor to name this garden after you. After people passes, they name roads, they name buildings, but they're no longer here with us. And I did not want it to get to that point in life that one day we say there was once upon a time a lady called Marcy that did all this for the generations to come. I wanted you, we all wanted you to experience it, to be present, and to know that we want you to come to the front. And I want to just close with this. May it forever bloom as a reflection of your remarkable spirit.
Yes.
So we want you to uncover these little things here.
I love you, Marcy.
Thank you, Marcy. These are good tears.
It's good tears, happy tears.
They're gonna water the garden.
That was great. It's very heavy. Be careful.
Rip it open. Rip it open.
It's so beautiful. Oh, that's beautiful.
Where's Trish? Remember I said Trish is an artist? How did I know? This is beautiful artistry.
Oh my gosh, it's beautiful, Trish.
Let's get a picture with Trish.
I
underestimated Marcy.
You get to choose where you want it to be put in this garden. And this is a collaboration of all of us and everyone in your community, our community, the community, which is all one. Dr. Nancy has known about this for a while.
I know her hands were in this.
So we have one more thing that we want you to uncover, and it's right here. So, my God. This out.
That's the last one.
I'll get it.
Oh, wow!
Real. One second. It's on the other side. It says something on the other side.
So beautiful.
They're gonna turn it around so you can see.
Let's turn it a little between you two so it's in the, no, facing him. Yeah, good. Marcy.
It says, I have to go in
Yeah, you can read it.
Okay, so it says, welcome to Marcy's garden. In gratitude for her selfless and loving dedication to this little patch of heaven.
Dig it.
Dig it in.
Dig it.
But you get to
But wait, who was I telling? Where's Nettie? You see what I mean? Oh, and Giorgio, see what I mean?
We don't know what you mean.
What do you mean? Marcy, what do you mean? I was telling Giorgio today how much I like my husband's beard. Adore this garden. This garden is like a lover that you can't wait to be with. You know, it's like that. I still feel anticipated. He's had to deal with this all his life, right? He knows I'm always at the garden, and no matter what I'm feeling, as soon as I come on the property, our dear friend Sarah, who's no longer with us, and I miss her so much, but she always used to say my feet don't touch the ground when I'm here in the garden. And it's kind of true, though the opposite is that I'm constantly working. There's always so much to do. But I want to say this has always been a heaven on earth for me, this property. And the people that are here, that I've always felt so much love, and I feel so full of love when I deal with you. And I just want to say that I'm really happy. It was so sad for me for us to sell this property. It was so hard for me. And I fought for Hope4Life because I knew you would honor it and love it. And whenever I'm around you, I feel cared about. And I just feel your goodness. It just surrounds me when I come. So I think we're so blessed, every one of us, to be here and have this opportunity. We found such an opportunity for healing and love. It's really kind of amazing. It really is awesome. It's awesome. What happened with all of you today, it's awesome. Every time I step in, I say it's awesome.
Can I want to say, I never saw this more than the pandemic, because we all were going through whatever we were going through, and I was watching you. Not watching, talking to you, loving you. And the amazing thing is you were so resilient. And I'm talking to you, and I said, what are you doing? She says, every day I go to the garden. And then it finally hit me. You know, all of those beautiful transcendent awe, wonder, love of beauty, spirituality. She was more anchored because she was here. She was in the garden. And it shone so much during the pandemic because these were your strengths and this was your happy place.
Wow.
It was beautiful. So that's what's available in this garden.